Hey guys, it's Jason, and today I am filming in my aunt's house. Why? Because I moved in here. So I actually moved in recently with my aunt, and I'm really enjoying myself. I feel light, kind of airy, and a lot, like airy but grounded. There's actually something called Ayurveda that I learned about, which is different elements of of the earth, I suppose. So earth, air, and fire. And at first I had a lot of fire, but like very passionate. Because fire doesn't necessarily mean bad, right? It means passion. It manifests in different ways. So passion, anger, you run very hot. Someone who's very who likes schedules. Someone who's airy is more doesn't, just goes with the flow, very creative, very all over the place. And then the earth one, grounded, means that you're very grounded. They talk really slow and are like, yeah, like to do this, and you're like, okay, like get to the point. And then each of those have certain health reactions on you. So when I had a lot of fire, so this is an Indian, I don't know if it's a practice or philosophy, but it's called Pitta. So fire is called Pitta, and I had a lot. And I was very passionate. I was always sweating all the time. So I had too much. Now I am still passionate. I still love schedules. But now I'm starting to incorporate more of that airiness in. And I feel that a lot, like living here. That I'm very airy, but also grounded, and I am not all over the place. I'm just in a calmer state of mind. So I wanted to give you an update about that. Also, I'm working on creating a podcast for iGens. So the title is podcast, sorry, I'm a little sick. Podcast, 2 dots, and then for iGens. iGens is the generation that I'm a part of. So I am 18 years old. I was born in the 2000s. A lot of people think that the 2000s are millennials. No. The millennials now are about 20 to 30 years old. They're the 90s kids. Although I was born in the 2000s, I was still kind of a 90s kid because I had the little Walkmans, and I kind of was like listening to 90s music as a young kid. But as a teen, I didn't grow up in the 90s, so I'm not a millennial. So I want to create a podcast so if you go to my website, which I will link somewhere in this video, you will see that I focus on academia, veganism, self-confidence, self-love. I also post my writing on my website, so you can totally check out some literature there. All of the pieces I write are extremely vulnerable and are from my heart, which, like, while I've written it, I've like cried during my pieces. Like, I've had emotional experiences. It's great. You should look at it. But anyways, I want to create a podcast that our generation can use. You know, we are very stressed out, and I feel like it's very difficult to kind of like weave through that. Also, as a queer person, I want to share my story as well as other queer people's stories and how we've managed to find self-love while being oppressed, while, you know, everybody around us made us feel unlovable, unworthy, how we can cultivate self-love inside ourselves and project love to others. So I am someone who, my main goal this year was to cultivate enough love inside myself that it pours outwards and affects other people. So when people are around me, they're like, I feel so loved, or, you know, you're such a positive person. And I do that because that's my goal. My goal is to do that. So I want to share with you guys how I did that. Through meditation, through yoga, through writing. And the other thing is that even though I am a positive person, that doesn't mean that I don't get angry. I got angry at myself like yesterday. I get angry at other people. Sometimes I'm sad. I get panic attacks. Last night, I had a panic attack and kind of was shaking, but I have like my diffuser and stuff, so I'm working on it. But I think the most important thing to do is to keep a journal, okay? And write your feelings out. This journal's small. It's a Moleskine. And what I do is I bullet my feelings. So I went to Sarah Lawrence, which is the college that I'm attending, and I got lost when I was trying to find my car. And I wrote some notes. So I was walking around and I wrote what I saw: house, big, greenery, stones, trees, ivy, brown, windows, chimney, wood, stairs, rocks, happy, I'm lost, cold, sunny, sweater weather, quiet, hilly. So I wrote these feelings down because I want myself to remember that house. I was standing in front of this beautiful house and I loved it. And I want to remind myself that whenever I feel upset, I can look at this and be like, wow, but I'm going to Sarah Lawrence, I'm going to be fucking happy there. So, I'm sorry for cursing, but, and I take notes in here, like, I wrote some, like, Ayurveda, people down, so I wrote some, so, like, I write notes in here, I write my thoughts, I describe things, so I think that's really good, is to carry some kind of notebook around. And also, there's something called stream of conscious, where, you basically write down all of your thoughts, and I think that's so incredibly important, because you can see your thoughts and analyze them and say, you know, like, I used to write, I feel so unlovable, I'm such a bad person, whatever, and looking back at it, I was like, no, I'm not a bad person, I'm a good person. So, we can definitely, in the future, go over some of those exercises. I just wanted to give you an update on my life, where I'm living, and all of that stuff. Also, I know my last Study Blur video, my, Study With Me video was kind of long. I'm working on it. I'm trying actually different video techniques, so bear with me. Please leave comments. If you don't like a video, tell me. Tell me how I can make it better. Someone told me that my the voiceover was terrible. I know it is. I don't have a mic. The other thing that I want to talk about is that, yes, I am trying different video techniques. If you don't like something, tell me. Just tell me in a nice way. Be like, hey, I don't like this, or do this instead, and I will do it. Yeah. This was a good conversation. I hope that you enjoy this. I know I'm kind of rambling, but I just really wanted to update you guys, because I think it's important to update people who care about me, about my life. I'm doing well. I'm happy. I'm light. I want to live. I love my life, and I love myself. And I love all of you who watch me and subscribe to me, and who are going to subscribe to me once I get that mic and we can begin a podcast. So I'm very excited. Okay, bye guys. It is so nice talking to you.